November 17, 2023 Election Board meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. We have to do our review of provisional ballots. Okay, this one says requested an absentee ballot. We did not receive an absentee ballot. So, let's see what we did with this. So we never got a ballot, is that right?
Correct.
So I guess we have to mark it as invalid, right?
No, it is valid.
Do we get is there a ballot?
In the envelope, there should be.
This one? Okay. Okay, so he requested an absentee ballot and got it, right? Okay,
He showed up to vote on election day, and he was showing up issued in their system, so they issued him a provisional ballot.
yep. Okay, so that's one that's gonna be counted. Suppose we should keep the whole packet together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Need to bring ID downtown, and this person brought their ID downtown, is that correct?
They did not.
Okay, so this one's not valid. No ID, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did we sign, we signed these, not initial, them, right?
There you go. Bunch of pens. I think so. Should I use a fountain pen?
Yeah.
Got plenty of ink. There you go.
Thank you. We'll set this in the rejected pile, which you'll put over here. Number 3. Okay. Do we know why this one was voted provisionally in the first place? Oh, no absentee ballot application on file, so nothing came in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We have several ballots that I think provisionally we looked at and they didn't see anything wrong with them, and we subsequently learned that they were county and not city voters, and so we have to reject those. So on these, I'm just scratching out where it said valid and the date of 11/7, where we provisionally accepted them, and just putting in the date 11/17 we've already
Oh,
signed.
we've already signed, that's right.
That works.
Good.
Yeah, should we initial the change though?
Sure.
Yes.
Probably a good idea. We just over by the,
Anywhere
Yeah,
over,
this one.
anywhere over there's fine. didn't do anything with before, but it's invalid because they're a county, not city.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
thank you. Yeah, it's this big, beautiful certificate. It's pretty neat.
Is it framed on your wall?
It is in our background. It's funny, because there's an English side and then there's a Hebrew side. The English side is this beautiful thing about equal partnership, and then the Hebrew side is 3,000 years old. It's like the woman that is the rights.
Which side does Steffi like best?
Like, let's just, yeah. Let's pretend that side doesn't exist.
Okay, this is another one that was presumptively valid that we're gonna make it as invalid.
Residency issue?
Yeah, it's a 5-digit, so it's a county address. So I just put my initials right there on this one.
God, we don't have to do another municipal for a long time.
Needs Amy's initials. Here's another 5-digit one, about 2 blocks from my house, so I can attest to that on a personal basis, that that is in the county.
Sort of media push that if you live in the county, you don't get to.
100%.
Yeah, because like I feel bad for the folks that just didn't understand.
Oh, I did too.
And you got as far as just the phone number provision about
Mhm.
there's gonna be put that in training. Can you see the 5-digit address?
Yeah, I was clearly
This one's done.
done.
You just need your initials
Okay.
up at the top. This was one that we provisionally accepted and then learned it was in the county. And here's another one just like it. Initials. Just need your initials, Chuck. I think we got this one right. So we just have to put we just have to put 11, should we put 1117 on here, Andrew?
Yes.
All right. I don't think we need to do anything more than that, since it's already signed.
Probably want to, if you're gonna put a date on it today, you should initial, even if
Okay.
you've signed it.
All right. This one, we didn't make a decision on, and it's 5-digit county address. Need signatures. Here's another one that we did not make a decision on,
Oh, okay.
and they're also out in the county.
They knew, that's where, yeah.
They would hear election day, and then they'd show up to their precinct. and
Mhm.
there's nobody here. So they'd figure that I'm in the county, it's municipal.
So if a county is deciding whether or not to go to vote center or something, I think that's something that
Yeah.
it should be talked
They need
about.
to explain to their county residents, if
Yeah.
there's a municipal election, they don't get to vote.
Mhm.
Same thing with this one. There you go, Chuck.
Marion, 'cause
It
it's
just
always-
needs, you already signed it, I think, it just needs to.
That would make me nervous. But I don't know. Sounds more efficient.
Need your signature, that's another county resident that we didn't make a decision on. Needed to check on it. I'm gonna do this a little bit more efficiently now that we're near the end, so it only has to go across my face one time.
There you go, he can be taught. Thank you, sir.
And this will have to go with it. This one looks like we did not make a decision on it. Looks to me, hold on, let me see my dates here. 2022, looks like, well, looks like gonna need some help on this one.
Kim, why don't you come up, see if you can take.
Because
a look
this
at
one, when I look at it, it says City South Bend, but then it's got a 5-digit number for the most recent thing for 2022.
Oh, yes, this is, Mona. I believe she currently lives in the city limits, but is registered at a county address.
Okay, she's registered at,
This is where she's registered at.
right, so
On
that,
that one,
so
just
we
where
have to
she says.
reject it then.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Kim.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, here's one that's missing a signature on the ballot envelope. Do we need to take that out and check it?
I don't believe we can open up any of them.
Is it sealed?
Of course not.
Not the ballot itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the issue is the outside
Oh,
envelope was
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
sealed.
Okay, just need to
Correct?
Of
confirm it.
the- Yeah, the security envelope.
Okay,
So if the security envelope isn't secured,
so we just,
then the ballot cannot be
That's
counted.
right.
yeah, we're just confirming. I just wanted to confirm that it's not. Did anybody else need to see that? Okay. checked this one out too, that the envelope is not signed, so we provisionally rejected it. Same with this one. These are all, I think these are all the same. They're all rejected because the envelope wasn't signed.
We did a preliminary review of those.
Yeah, we already looked at them. In fact, I was the one who signed on them up the top when I looked at them.
I think it's the inside. So remember, they mailed them back and they didn't sign it.
Got it,
So,
got it. So you just
remember
put
we-
them into the, sorry.
Yep.
just put them into the sleeve.
Right. And so what we were thinking is to put a little sticky
Yeah,
note there.
it's a sign here.
Yep.
I got it.
Okay, there we go. And this has to be sealed.
Right.
So it's a training issue, I believe.
Let's say,
Both signed.
figure out that it was signed. It can't be counted in.
Wow, there's a lot of these.
Exactly. So on Monday, we're having, Monday at 6 o'clock at the main library, we're having a vote center group of feedback session. Yep, so that they can come, we have a feedback form already created, so they can tell us about their experience and equipment and the space. Yeah. I think in the Mishawaka Enterprise and in the South Bend Tribune, I wrote a letter to the editor thanking all the election workers for election day.
That's great. That is great.
And we also sent a thank you letter to all of the vote center workers.
our budget for a security envelope not signed stamp.
That's a good idea.
We'll spend some money on the little sign here stickers
Yeah.
next time. Steffi is feeling well, is that
She's
correct?
good, 39 weeks today,
That's
so
amazing.
she's
So it's a
getting
week from today.
she's getting induced on Friday next week. She was good, went to breakfast with my mom, and we're gonna go to Chicago tomorrow and spend the night.
Wow.
OB said it was fine to
Oh, yeah.
drive a couple hours away.
Yeah.
Maybe it ain't coming right now.
Well, had she, if she goes into labor today, she will share my birthday. Today's mine. Oh my God, happy birthday. And it's my grandson's birthday too.
That's
That makes it super
my
fun.
mom and her grandmother, her maternal grandmother, shared.
This says ABS provisional 2 ballots.
Yeah, there's 2 of them with no signature.
Oh, it's these two. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, very good. Because in this one,
We don't even know why that was there.
Is it the
That's
nine?
their
That's the-
information.
That's the voters' information
Yeah.
for how to bring back information
okay,
to make their ballot count.
That somehow they filled it out and brought it back, but it's not correct.
So I have 7 grandchildren, and it's super easy to remember Ryan's birthday.
Correct. Yes.
So easy. A lot of birthdays to remember.
I love it. Yeah, kind of a funny grandchild story in my family. My sister did a 23andMe DNA test. And, Mary got an email from someone who said, I took a DNA test and it says you're not Anthony.
do we need to keep this with the ballot?
Yes.
This just goes with this ballot then.
You're my aunt. So my sister calls me and I said, this kid isn't on. He didn't, like, the last time he lived in California, he had a girlfriend, they broke up. The brother came was really young. They brought it 18 years old. She's a great girl, lives in
Okay, we rejected this one because there's no reason for the provisional, placed in it for a provisional ballot. So I will just,
Tell you, there are 2 camps for that 23andMe, and I am in the no thank you.
so these will just require initials down here.
Thank you.
Yeah, she refuses to do any of it. I did the Ancestry one,
Oh, yeah.
and it's been helpful. But, yeah, Steffi won't do any of it. We did
Don't go
genetic
looking for
testing.
trouble.
Correct.
That's what I say.
That's her opinion. She's like, you know what? No.
Okay. This one is not registered in the district. In the correct district, anyway. And this one is no reason for provisional ballot. What's this, Kim?
That's probably just an empty
Envelope?
envelope.
Yeah.
I put some of them together to show what inspector had, what provisionals.
Oh,
So we can identify the inspector that's not filling out.
oh, okay. Well, we're done with that then. I thought there were two valid votes.
Yeah, there should be.
We only have one. Yeah. Is there a second one in there that I missed? Okay. Very good. Thank you. So this one was initially held back as provisional because we need to confirm that he did not vote absentee, and we've been able to confirm that, correct?
Yes.
All right, so now we can just put our initials by valid. High. There's the two votes that can go to Nick for counting.
We need a team.
We need a
Obviously.
bipartisan team.
Yep.
To do that.
Who are they?
Well,
Whoever we want?
I think so.
Anybody want to come and be bipartisan?
Do you
You're
want
fine.
to do it?
You, yes,
Okay.
please.
I didn't know if I.
Thank you, Diana.
should or not.
Thank you.
Well, we did this last time. Fancy meeting you.
First thing you two need to do is thumb wrestle, and then we can count them
We'll
up.
win. Don't do that to me.
Yes, this was a election day ballot. Correct. And precinct?
Brad King got a kick out of what I told you at the end of the night in the election, that I wasn't happy with the results. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Hey, Tom.
For mayor?
Thanks.
Should all set to go.
Okay.
May I ask a question while they're doing that?
I suppose.
How many rejected ballots were there? It was hard because there wasn't a lot of communication, so for the record. And what were the categories, please?
So, several of them, there was no reason provided for why it was voted provisionally. And there were several that the voters did not sign the security envelope on their ballots.
But for the record, do we have numbers? I mean, it's official election board meeting.
We can calculate the numbers.
That would be wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
It's finished at 3 minutes.
I think it's 18.
Hold on just a second. No reason, there's 4 so far, right? Oh, is that one of those? So there's 3? How many do you have total there? 4? No reason, no signature, and then out of district, right? Okay, so we've got 1 out of district, 3 or 4 no reason. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set these here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128 16 of security envelope not signed. There's another county, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a separate one. So 13 county. And then we have two that there's no, one, the other is no absentee ballot on file,
Absentee application.
ballot application. Okay, so one was no valid ID. And one no absentee ballot application. All right. So we have 35 that were rejected. 16 of them were no signatures on the security envelope. 13 were voters who were in the county and voted in the municipal elections. 4, there were provisional ballots that there was no reason provided on the ballot for why they were voted provisionally. 1 was an absentee ballot where there was no absentee ballot application on file. And 1 was the voter never produced a valid ID.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in a way, that information could be useful once we institute another procedure that kind of points people to signing. Does that seem to be our largest category?
The largest is no signature, yeah, 16.
So signature reminders, once we institute that, it'd be good to see if that number goes down. But we got to check proportionately because our total number of voters next time will be quite a bit larger. So we got to compare this number to the total number of
Yeah.
people who are voting and mailing in those envelopes, either mail-in absentees.
I think that will help a lot, because there is a lot of text on the outside of the security envelope, and I think, especially for older voters, think, well, I voted, I'm sticking it in there, and then I'm sticking it in another envelope. So I think a little tab will make a difference.
I think it would make sense for us too to conduct our trainings before they start voting. Because I think we're getting, you know, like, for example, maybe these 4 provisionals where there was no reason given, doesn't do us much good if we tell them 2 days before the vote, the ballot, or the vote centers close for early voting. Oh, by the way, you gotta make sure you put a reason down here, and it validates the provisional ballot. We need to get that information out to people before balloting, before voting starts, I think, somehow.
That's what the absentee board members are supposed to do.
Yeah, did they come in and get trained with everybody else?
They,
Now they're trained
They get
before.
their own
Okay,
training.
that's,
Yeah.
okay, they get their, and that's before it's before they start?
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
what
By
that's what
law.
I was,
Yep.
that's what I was addressing, okay, good. So, have you got totals for us to sign?
Yes. You want a couple copies or just one?
Sure. I think Chuck will probably want more copies than I want.
No, I only need one.
I need one.
Right.
I'll take the original.
We just have to sign them, or we have to put some oath on there.
You can just sign them and date them, actually, they're already dated on the printout, so just need to sign them.
Sign the first page, right?
I think we signed the first page at the bottom, didn't we?
Yeah.
So-
Should have done this one the other way around, because you've got to keep this one.
Oh, that's true. There, thanks.
Okay, so. Excuse me. So in total, there were 17,139 ballots counted, which represents 14.88% of the registered voters for the municipal elections. And we have certified the results at this board meeting as required by law.
Thank you.
So the original signature results will be kept by the clerk's office. Other business.
I have other business. I wanted to talk about and get permission from the election board to apply for a grant from the U.S. Election Assistance Commission. It's called the Help America Vote College Program. It's a mechanism to recruit college age workers for vote centers. I'm asking permission because the grant opened yesterday, grant application process opened just yesterday, and the closure is December 16, so it's a very short window. The minimum amount that could be granted would be $45,000. I do not have the application completed. I just wanted to be able to get permission to explore the completion of a grant. It certainly would be a bipartisan effort. It would be casting a wide net to find and recruit college-age vote center workers, but it would still be the parties that would have the responsibility for making the selections. But that is the way that I view it, as a casting a wide net. And any organizers or whatever it would be bipartisan, that I would formulate it that way. So I would like your permission as the election board to apply for this grant.
I'll entertain that motion.
So moved.
Seconded?
Second.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, go for it. Sounds like a good opportunity.
Go for it.
Any other business?
I do. Eric is going to be gone next week, so I need you to designate your key to Kim so that Kim can get in and get the tallies of information for the CEB9, which goes down to the state.
I'm the only one who has a key.
You and Eric
Eric.
are the only, but he's going to be gone for 3 days, so
Okay,
if you give permission for him to give it to her for those 3 days,
okay.
and then it goes back to him.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll give that permission.
Thank you.
I was hoping that Chris Lyle might give just a very brief report on from the election vote center tech.
Yep. Keep it brief. As it says, so everything went very well that day. We did have all the sites, had VCTs there, so I know it was a little skeptical on how it was going to go with some dropouts that we had, but we did have all the sites manned at the time, so that was very, very good. I think it was the first time we've actually had that happen, so it was very impressive to have that done. Only thing I would have a takeaway was kind of end of day. This is just kind of a side note on, I think, some opportunities for us from a training perspective of end of day, breaking down, making sure everybody works together, both poll workers and the VCTs. We did have a couple of sites that had some issues with that, so just some opportunity for us to be better and to get that word out there to make sure this is a team effort for all of us to work together to get that done. So just an opportunity there. And then just look forward to next year and starting right now on some of our go-gets to make things going, because we know next year is going to be a big year. So I appreciate your guys' support on everything that you did with me and helping me out. This was a great experience, and I look forward to keep going with it. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris, I had one question. I know that we have relatively new poll pads at this point.
Mhm.
How is the condition of the other equipment, and when do you expect to be able to need to replace that? I presume it's not next year, but within how many years do you think?
Maybe I'll turn that over to Nick, because that's the RBM question.
The Unison manufacturer recommendation is to start looking at things around year 8. They typically last longer than that, but possibly new versions or better equipment could be available at that time.
So
And I-
how far are we into that
We're
cycle?
on 2018, so we're about 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of a window
Yeah,
with the existing equipment.
for sure.
A little bit of window, and I think also some opportunities again for us on the warehouse improvements will help the, and we've talked to RBM about this, will help the equipment and be a little more everlasting with that, with some things I think we're going to be doing to the warehouse. So that'll help last that equipment out to that point anyway, to where we won't have to replace that any quicker than that 7 to 8 years.
Thank you.
I have one other issue.
And I do too, so.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted everyone to know that on Monday, we are having a Vote Center worker feedback session. It's going to be at the public library in Classroom D. All Vote Center workers have been invited to come and provide their feedback. We've created a form that deals specifically with different issues like space, was the space adequate? Also asking for their input for suggestions. So if people are not able to make it down to the feedback session in person, we've provided the feedback forms on the website, and so they can submit it on the website because they are the boots on the ground, and we'd like to get their perspective on how we could improve the voting process on Election Day.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
I would like for us to have a brief session in December, the primary purpose of which, if you guys are okay with it, would be to present a plaque to Dave Smith for his many, many years of service. And if we're able to, Andrew, maybe even some kind of a gift certificate where he can take his wife out to dinner or something. I don't know if we're allowed to do that, but I don't think, I think Chris would be the first to tell you that none of this would have been possible but for Dave's constant support. And he's been, we were very, very worried when he announced he was retiring. It was worse news than when the Broncos acquired Russell Wilson. So fortunately, Dave was able to help us with this transition, and I think it's kind of like the invisible hand that was ever present that helped this become, to be a very smooth.
That's Adam
That was Adam Smith, his older
rather
brother.
than Dave Smith.
The brother who, or the son who moved out recently.
Yeah.
So anyway, do you guys have any scheduling issues, or does anybody have any concerns about that? Because I think it would be really a nice gesture to do something for Dave.
If that's the whole purpose of the meeting, I might not attend
Yeah.
because I'll be changing diapers,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Okay, so do we have any dates, or do we have to check availability? I'd actually,
Council chambers?
yeah, I'd like council chambers, and I'd like the press to be made aware.
Okay,
So that they-
if you guys can get me some dates that you would like to utilize it, I will check the times and get back with you.
Okay, let's just circulate that then by a group email, so. Okay, do we have any other business? Okay, the floor is now open to public comment.
Judy Bradford, 1122 Claremont, from League of Women Voters. On the 13 people who were county residents who voted, were they just confused, or is there an education piece that needs to take place here?
I think some of it was confusion, but some of them had they had city addresses that we were able to subsequently confirm that they weren't there, that they actually lived in the county.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then the 16 with no signatures on the envelope, was that because an oversight or on the part of the poll worker, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, on the part of the voter.
The voter didn't sign when they mailed their ballots back. The
Oh, when they
voter,
mail, these were mail-in, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
the voter didn't sign.
But even
Okay.
still, we're thinking about putting those little stickers on them when they go out in the future with the sign here designation. That'll help to alleviate that problem.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
For those ones that were not signed, the envelopes, we did send them a way to rectify that.
Right,
And they did not respond to that
Right.
either. And we did it as soon as we got them. So they did have an opportunity to rectify that, and it would have counted if they would have sent the information back, but we did not receive that. That's all I had to say.
Okay. I'm seeing no other public comments, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all very much. Happy Thanksgiving.